Liberty Nation with Tim Donner.
While impeachment fever grips the swamp, there have been some very significant developments in the race for the Democratic presidential nomination, some of them driven by impeachment, others by health issues. Well, what we've got now is a race that's very different than it was a couple of weeks ago. And joining us to discuss this potential seat change that's largely flown under the radar because of the impeachment obsession of Democrats in Congress and the elite media is the man who unmasks and takes a shredder to the political and media establishment as well as anyone in the nation, LibertyNation.com political columnist Joe Schaefer. Hello, Joe.
Hello, Tim. Good morning to you.
Okay, you got your shredder out. Get it ready. The heat is turning up on Joe Biden on Ukraine. His lead is evaporating down from double digits to a skinny couple of points in the latest Real Clear Politics average. The oldest candidate in the field, 78-year-old Bernie Sanders, had a frightening medical episode this week. And Elizabeth Warren's steady rise towards the top has picked up steam as she benefits from the political problems of Biden and the health problems of Bernie. So, Joe, is Biden finished? Is Bernie finished? Is he toast? Is the nomination now Elizabeth Warren's to lose?
I think the Bernie thing is big. It's very huge.
Yes.
Biden is going on a trajectory that we all expected. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I never thought he was a real front runner. It's mostly name recognition. But Bernie, I thought, was positioned well to have a real run to get the nomination. And now that is very much up in the air. This health thing is really going to shake things up. And yeah, I mean, Elizabeth Warren is the immediate beneficiary, but I thought it was very hilarious. Roseanne DeMoro is one of Bernie's top supporters. She's a big former union exec. Very, very strong Democratic activist, and she's very popular on Twitter. And she sent out a tweet after Bernie's health scare, and she basically said, "That's why we have vice presidents." Now imagine that as a catchy campaign slogan. Bernie may die in office, but that's why we have vice presidents.
Yeah.
So, the optics on this, even if, we all hope he makes a recovery, of course, 100%, but this is going to look bad. It brings up his age, and it also brings up the fact that this campaign has not gone well for him. It doesn't have the dynamic of 2016. He seemed tired and angry even before this. So this is just the worst timing for him to. If he doesn't make the debate, it's going to be a real problem. And if he's there and he looks tired and haggard, that may be even worse.
Yeah.
So I think this is a major shakeup for the Democratic field.
Well, what a couple of weeks it's been for Elizabeth Warren. She's been, without having to do a thing, she's benefited both from Bernie's health issues and Biden's growing problems with Ukraine. But can she shake the socialist label and be competitive outside of the two coasts and the big cities?
Yeah, I started thinking about that, what Elizabeth Warren in a general election will be like. She'd obviously try to go more towards the mainstream, but is she capable of that? Will Democrats even let her do that in a general election? I don't believe in this Elizabeth Warren major surge. It just sounds kind of silly to me, the idea of a surging Elizabeth Warren. She's not that great a candidate. She's not that. She doesn't have this charisma. She comes across as a school librarian, as so many people say. So this thing is far from settled. She's having a moment now. She's having a very good moment. She's always been top tier. But the flaws in her campaign are well known. And Trump is just, waiting to eviscerate her on so many issues, the Pocahontas thing and so many other things.
I mean, cultural appropriation is not something that's appreciated in the Democratic Party. But, of course, they've overlooked that in the case of this Native American thing. But let me ask you, if not Elizabeth Warren, not Bernie Sanders, not Joe Biden, then who? Who's gonna overtake Senator Elizabeth Warren? Who?
Well, there's somebody waiting in the wings, and I know she'd love to run again. There's been some rumors she's out there.
Oh boy, Hillary. Hillary watch is on. She sort of snuck her way back into the conversation with another, fingernails on the chalkboard kind of denunciation of Trump for impeachable offenses and all the same talking points as the rest of the Democrats. I mean, do you think that could really happen? Honestly.
No, it's funny though. I'm enjoying the Schadenfreude of it because you and I both know she's dying to get back in. She wants it so badly. There's just no way in with it. I mean, every Democrat is blocking that door saying, no, Hillary, no.
Please all they've really seemed to be saying since the 2016 election is please just go away and stay away. But she can't. She can't do it, Joe. Now, listen, watching this whole impeachment fiasco, it strikes me as the first time we've ever seen the agenda for a presidential primary actually decided by people who are not running for president. I mean, it's Pelosi, Schiff, and AOC and the squad that seem to be determining what the candidate's going to run on. Impeachment, more than the candidates themselves are deciding. Am I right about that?
I think you are. I would agree on that. I also think that that's part of the Hillary dynamic, the impeachment, the Hillary. It's about other people, not the candidates running, because the candidates who are running are so weak. They don't bring a lot to the table. And I think this hurts them every time another issue, like the impeachment thing is dwarfing them right now, and they're dwarfs to begin with. So again, it's showing they're not driving the bus. They're not bringing anything that the American people are going to embrace on their own. And you can only run so far running against the other candidate.
Okay, Joe, well, this conversation is not over. We'll simply put it on pause and then resume it over the next, 13 months in the run-up to the election. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Joe Schaefer, political columnist for LibertyNation.com.